Oh shit, Christian shoes. Oh shit. Um, yeah. Hello. The fuck? Okay. Um. Yeah. Whatever. I think the mic working. I don't even know. I hope y'all can hear me because I can't hear myself. What's up, Drake? Um, we're a little late, as you can see. Uh, oh, cool. Appreciate you, Dre. I'm glad because like I literally like walked in the door and set up and bam, like running a little behind today, but it's all good. Anyway, episode 60 of Sucio Sports, presented by Gel Blacks and Inplay Dogs. I am here. I am at the underscore Jermaine on Twitter and on Instagram. You can look for me on. Don't follow me on nothing else. Um, Keyz will be here in a little bit. Um, yeah. Episode 60 of Sucio Sports, presented by Gel Blacks and Inplay Dogs. Um, it's been a crazy day. It's been a crazy week. Um, I was at a I guess you would call it like a memorial kind of birthday dinner thing for a good friend of ours. So some of y'all may have known like Fred Fowler here in Houston. He would have been 60 today. So just kind of got together, had some drinks, hung out a little bit, whatever. It was good seeing everybody though. But episode 60 of Sucio Sports. I really want Keyz to get here before I play the music that I have where we have for the intro for this week. Shout out to Mika, our homegirl Mika, uh, who is coming soon on the network. Um, Mika sent us a song earlier this week. She was jamming to, and so Key said, "Hey, let's use that for the intro on the pod this week." I said, "Bet, say less." So I'm gonna wait till he get here before I play it for y'all. But yeah, today was kind of crazy for me at least. Just with everything going on, stuff with the kids, this and that. You know, had this little memorial thing to go to, come home, do the pod, work today. So yeah, it's been a day. It's been a day. Um, but as promised, we here rocking with y'all. Hey, look, Mika in here. Look, I'm waiting. I'm waiting for Keyz before I play it because you know how y'all like he's the music guy on the pod. I'm just here to push buttons and hopefully don't mess up nothing too bad. And you know, whatever. He's the music guy. I'm not the music guy. So definitely. Um let me see here. Yeah, here we go.
Check this out.
This the one. I had to make sure I got the right one because Mika, the one Mika sent us was the correct one. for sure that we want to use on the pod. Bet. Anyway, man, look, I'm tired of waiting for Keyz. I won't play this song.
Texas, didn't he? Boy, I'm finna swing. If Big Hot shit send you, if I don't like it, then I don't. And I will not pretend to. Long live Delio and long live PJ. Shout out to that West Dallas. Swung down the freeway. Way back in the gap. Boys had to watch their mouth. Cause sharks turn to trout when caught in that fish trap. Real Dallas cowboy with the boot on their neck. And since we on the Cowboys, that was a motherfucking catch.
Oak Cliff, baby, 6735. Merging on the highway where them two bitches collide. I'ma paint the picture, make it look like Mona Lisa. If you see me at Big T, I'm only here just for the pizza. Tinted windows, 30 east to the Grove. I done swung on Jim Miller, my bro good on that stove. Head to West Dallas, I done made a left on Vickers. I can't put you on no oil, you a gulper, not a sipper. Main, 2 hoes, 1 sweet, 1 sour. Main, 2 throw, 1 deep, 2 cowards. Main, with that iron in my lap like Terrence Howard. Main on Harry Hines where them hoes do power. Now, for real, everything ain't what it seem. I done swung to Amarillo and stopped buying Abilene. Hop up out my Kia, now you see me fly to Lexus. If you see me on I-20, I done swung to Tyler, Texas. Big Sandy, what your hoe on? She done see me work with Jade from PA to Beaumont. She done heard about the way I stay down when it's tricky. I hop back on 45 so I can swing back to my city.
I'm chilling with my broad and you already know. She brought me back a grape Arizona from the store. She know that I'm a true one, so for me she go low. Cause all trill does get down on the floor. Yeah, I grew up eating noodles, wasn't much up in the fridge. Now we eating good lobster steak, shrimp and squid. I-45, I'ma slide, I done slid. I done pop my trunk on my own damn kids. Talking about my sperm, drip the wood firm. Swinging out of swirl, they go when I turn. Fire up the blunt and like Usher, I let it burn. All about my money, I pull up like Big Worm. I pull up in big body, trunk kicking like karate. When I hit the H, I holler.
My bad, I'm mute. Because I wasn't trying to like talk over the track, you feel me? What's up, Kayla? Sloan. So when she sent this to us earlier this week, I'm looking at the song and I'm like, have I heard this before? And I was like, no, I don't think I heard this before. And I was like, wait a minute, hold up. I'm like, I'm in my office at work and I'm jamming. And I wasn't too loud and nothing. I ain't getting no noise violation, nothing like that. But it was cool to like have something you could just jam, vibe out to, and like you hear them talking and rapping different highways and cities and whatnot, like they literally traveling around Texas, and you remember everything. You know what I'm saying? So like I've been up and down some of them highways and whatnot, so it's like I know exactly what they're saying. What's up? Yeah, it's early this time, she says. Appreciate you. You early and we was late, so hey, it's gonna be a good show regardless. No, but I had to jam this one, man, because I told Keyz he might as well just go ahead and buy a house here or something. Feel me? Because he from Virginia, but you can't tell him he's not from Texas. Hey, you know what? I want something now. Whatever y'all got, just give me a little bit. I'm just messing with you. I'm messing with my daughter and her friend because they went to McDonald's. They asked me, I told them no. I was like, nah, I'm good. And then when they came inside just now, I could smell it. And I was like, you know what? I think I want something. I just like to mess with them too. But no, man, how was y'all's week? How was y'all's weekend? Did y'all get into anything? Did you get into anybody? Hey, no adjustment. We're just having a good time. Anyway, no, we always like to kick it off real light, easy, talk about our weekend. it was cool. I finally got a lot of I had a couple of things I needed to order to get done. And but yes, I did want some fries because I like, you know how you smell it and you're like, I want what? Yeah. I think I do want some. What? Look, I'm just asking everybody, how was their week? How was their weekend? Did you get into anything or anybody? I no again, no judgment. Love who you love. I'm just asking the audience general questions. You would ask your friends and family or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You know how we do here. Uh so yeah. I mean, hey, if you got into something or somebody, you did more than what I did this weekend because I ain't getting into nothing and nobody. I was chilling as usual. Being this bum over here on the sofa. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Don't look over here at me like that. The damn dog, man. I swear. This guy acts like he runs everything around here. He kind of does, but don't tell him that. But anyway, yes, Dre, you know, I have to ask all. I'm just asking questions. We're all friends here. We're amongst friends. This is a safe space at Sucio Sports, episode 60, presented by Gel Plasters and Inplay Dogs. This is a safe space. Is where we create a safe space for people to come hang out, talk, vibe, do whatever. So there's nothing wrong with me asking those kind of questions, Miss Sierra. Anyway, I had a chill weekend though. More hanging out with this bum Max and constantly taking him outside just because he wanted to go outside and eat grass and shit. He use the bathroom when he feel like it. What do you? We don't have turtles lurking in the background. What are you talking about? I got a calendar back there. I don't know what she's talking about. So I'm glad you get it, Dre, because I don't know, man. Whatever. Anyway, we had a good weekend. Oh, it was my birthday. I knew it was something else. I knew it was something else that happened this weekend. You feel me? Oh, wait. I get it now. Hey, man. Look here. I get it now. God damn. Hey, you know what? You and you in the penalty box now, immediately. Both of y'all. Cause that right there. Hey man, you know what? It just dawned on me after a minute, just sitting here like, we ain't even 15 minutes into the show. Y'all got me pouring up already. God dang. And yes, I am using the shot glass that Maddie got me before she gets jealous or something that comes down here asking me why I'm not using her shot glass. So yes, Maddie, I am using your shot glass. Hey, all I know was I was at work. The homie Sloan opened up a space. I saw the alert on my I saw it on my phone. Oh, okay, cool. I was like, you know what? I got some stuff I'm doing. I'm opening the space in a minute. I saw some other alerts, whatever, popping up. I'm like, oh, okay, wait a minute. Let me look. By the time I look, it's like, wait a minute. I like the name of this space. Cushion Caffeine. I like it. Play on words because Kush starts with a K. Caffeine actually starts with a C, but he Kush caffeine with a K. I like this. This sounds like Sloan because that's what Sloan does in the morning. Okay, cool. Bet. I get it. Because we name our spaces whatever. I go to loading the space. I was like, wait a minute. Hold up. I thought I was tripping for a second. But again, I was at work in the middle of stuff, doing stuff, calling stuff, doing stuff. I'm a jump in the space actually once I get a break or whatever. I get in the space. And it was like I was like, oh, what's going on? Like, you know what I'm saying? What it was like, bro, we just chilling, vibing, cool. I was like, okay, bet. And I was like, wait a minute, hold up. You mean to tell me that I wasn't tripping? I saw what I saw? And it was like, nah, big dog, like you saw what you saw. I was like, oh, okay, cool. I'm just making sure I'm not tripping. Cause I thought I was tripping, but it took me a minute to get what they was talking. You know what? Hey, Sierra is in the box until sometime tomorrow after lunch. I Nothing else. Sierra's in the box till tomorrow after lunch, pending a hearing at that. I don't want to buy another. I don't want to buy another one either because I swear I ordered something else today. I even got the dog a gift. Yes, that's exactly how it was spelled, cushion caffeine. And I love it. I love it. Because if anybody knows Sloan, if anybody follows Sucio Boys, please follow Sucio Boys podcast. Shout out to Sloan. Sloan was on with us last week for Sucio Sports episode 59. And yeah, that's gonna be the name of one of his new spaces, Cushion Caffeine. Ain't no now, no nothing. You in the box until tomorrow around lunchtime, pending a hearing. You're done. But nah, we've been having a great time this week. A great time. All of us have. Uh, everybody been staying in touch with everybody. Uh, checking on everybody, touching bases and stuff. Just like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's been having a good time. Dre, you ain't in the box yet or right now. But trust me, you gonna be there eventually. Cause you always gonna say something. Look. Look. Hey. Look. You can't be derailing the show like this. It's a snapping turtle. Anyway, um, it's been a great week. Uh, one of the things I wanted to kick off the show talking about was just getting into the way the NFL playoff standings are looking right now, where you have pretty much all the division winners tied up. Um, the AFC North has not yet been decided between the Ravens and the Steelers, but the Steelers did clinch a playoff spot. So you have 4 teams in the AFC that have clinched playoff spots, and you only have you also have 6 teams who've been eliminated in the AFC. So there's 10 teams, actually still fighting for playoff spots or what have you in the AFC. Over in the NFC, you have 3 teams that have only clinched playoff spots. That's the Lions, Eagles, and the Vikings. They're all 12-2. No one else has clinched a division as of yet. And but the Eagles, I believe, can clinch this weekend, if I'm not mistaken. But there's still there's only 3 teams that have been technically eliminated from playoff contention in the NFC so far. So there's that. It's a lot more wide open in the NFC than it is in the AFC. But I mean, there's still a lot of football to watch in both conferences. I wouldn't say just quit on the punt on the AFC as of right now, because there's still some really good games left in both conferences to watch. Tomorrow night, if you're watching this live right now on Wednesday, we have the Broncos and the Chargers, which is still a good game to watch because both of those teams are still in the playoff picture as of right now as the 6th and 7th seed respectively. So there's a lot to keep up with. I'm in the box because you know what? I can't deal with her right now. I really can't. Bo Nix just might be it. Look, Dre, I tried to tell you. If Bo Nix was going to be something, Sean Payton was going to make something out of him. It just depended on how they were going to vibe together and what they put around Bo Nix. Because Sean Payton has to have a lot of things fall in line in order for him to be like fully himself. And what I mean by that is he has to have the right trigger man and the right weapons and everything else. He can call a great game. So it is what it is. Dre, we understand you're a Broncos fan and you don't like the Chargers. I get it. You know what? That is true. We're gonna take that into consideration under your appeals process. And so that's like you'll get time off for good behavior. But at the same time, it's like you at work being a menace and you don't even have alcohol to blame for your menacing. So with that being said, my brother, I look, I ain't even do nothing. It wasn't me. It was the chat. I didn't bring none of this. I didn't bring none of this to it was them. It wasn't me this time. I promise. I was being good. I was just doing my thing. They started it. I ain't started nothing.
What they start?
Brother, just read the chat. Just read the chat.
People in the box. What the hell? I don't feel safe since y'all got turtles lurking around. Asking all the questions. Want those fries? Got the popcorn. Oh, you played the song? Oh shit. Okay. We're talking about turtles.
Turtles lurking.
Oh, were they watching? Or are we talking about from the other day?
From the other day.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Hey man, shout out to that man. Pittsburgh stank.
He ain't gonna make it no better.
That shit that see how I grab my mic for that. Pause. That shit in Pittsburgh fucking stank. Shout out to the Philly Eagles, man. That's what we do. But that shit up the road. That shit up the road in Pittsburgh is stank, nigga.
Shittsburg.
Hey, I like that, Dre. I just don't feel like The Rock right now. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I just woke up. So I'm still putting it together.
Hey.
You ever jail blast a pack of turtles? Wow. Pause, brother. Man, I am getting great. Pause, brother. That is crazy. I never want to jail blast a pack of turtles.
Hey, yo.
Never. Not once.
Vin is another one who stays in the Andre Connor Memorial penalty box.
We renamed the penalty box?
It was always named it.
I mean, it was always named after him, but that name is new. I like that one. We're going to use that. That's crazy. That's, man. Huh. All right, so let me see. Let me catch up. All right, so before we get back into sports, first off, my government name. Yeah, nigga. Yeah. Yeah. Before we get back into sports, but two things, and then we can get into it. Because in the morning, I'm gonna play this back for them. Yeah. My baby's birthday is tomorrow. First off, Big Scholar turns 8 tomorrow, so happy birthday to my baby. She's asleep right now, but she just got her hair done, so she knocked out.
Hey, my girl.
She fought. And on Friday, my man Jason turns 4.
Hey.
So, happy birthday to my dogs, my little people, my little twins, my Sagittarius terrorists. Yeah.
Hey,
Sagittarius terrorists.
Leave my homies alone.
Hey, man, they're terrorists.
Leave my homies alone.
You're a terrorist too. Don't worry about it.
We're all wholesome people.
Hey, Dre, you turned on Monday, 30? Okay. We'll
oh shit.
Well, since that's before Wednesday, hey man, Dre turns 30 on Monday. I'm pretty sure he about to be egregious all weekend. Shit, muted. He about to be egregious all weekend. Shots up for you. I can't take one because I'm about to go to work. But hey,
for my little people and for Dre, shots up to y'all.
Got you. It's Coca-Cola, but hey, it's a shot. Anyway. Hey man, how did y'all like that song too, man? Shout out to Mika for that song she sent us. I've been listening to it ever since she did, at least 5 times a day. That song's fire. By the way. Move straight to the birthday box. Hey, bro, this shit slide. I done told y'all since we started this pod, I am from Texas. The beginning, he slid on the beginning of this. But when Dero came on,
bruh,
in that third, well, I guess you would say third verse, because this is how she did the first verse. Bro, Dero slid on that third verse, yo. This shit go crazy, boy. I'm from Texas.
I'ma paint the picture, make it look like Mona Lisa. If you see me at Big T, I'm only here just for the pizza. Tinted windows, 30 east to the Grove. I done swung on Jim Miller, my bro good. Head to West Dallas,
I don't even know where these places are in Texas, but I feel like I do.
Hey, hold up, dog.
That part right there. I know you like that particular part right there.
Hey, let's go. No, the thing is, like when they calling out the different highways. And
Oh,
stuff,
Harry Hines, where them hoes do powder. Let me tell you. Hold on. Let me tell y'all some real P shit. If you don't know nothing about that, that is some real P shit right there. Y'all don't know nothing about Harry Hines. I know some P niggas. You know, I'll shout them out another day. They do their thing on Harry Hines. That's all I'm gonna say. They get money.
If you know, you know. You know what I'm saying?
I'm talking about they getting money.
It's like if we was to put on some like old school Cash Money shit or some old No Limits, especially some old Cash Money shit.
This is when I'm hearing Texas shit. This is what I'm talking about right here.
Yeah,
I'm gonna actually post this on my Twitter, so I know everybody in here follows me. But if you don't, it's at DXKEYZ, and I'm gonna post this joint. This crazy.
Hey man, it's one of them songs, man. If you from Texas or if you've lived here for a while, like I have, and you done been around a little bit, you know what I'm saying? You start hearing what they saying, and you like, I know that's. I've been by. Wait a minute. Oh, hold up, look.
I feel like I know where all this stuff is. Yeah.
You know who else needs to hear this? Phoenix.
I'm gonna send it to her.
She needs to hear this too. Straight up. Because it's just one of them songs where it's real, like some people may say it's kind of local, or how does this song like get played outside of Texas?
It's because who own it?
It's the vibe.
And it's like it's names on it, because that Paul Wall joint at the end,
bruh.
Hey, Paul slid, and I know you know all that because he went straight Houston on that shit.
He went straight, bruh. I'm like, damn, I know all of it. Like,
everybody else, you had like, Dallas, damn. You had that nigga,
bruh.
Houston.
Like them highways between like here and Austin, here in Dallas, kind of here in San Antonio, but mainly here in all between Houston, Austin, Houston, Dallas. Like,
boy, I'm finna swing, left a stain on South Main. Riding down Crane, I pop trunk on 2 trains. Went by U of H and TSU, got 2 brains. I got my grills clean and I swung on Jotty Dang. Main, I ain't tripping, swung way to Cape Wisdom. With C-Dog, it tastes the ways drink in my system. Swung through stop 6 with my partners in that murder. Then I'm headed back to Houston just to grab a Trill burger. Crawling like a turtle, making heads turn circles. Skip it like commercials, my bag the lack purple. Rest in peace, Selena, swung way to Corpus Christi. Backwoods twisted, what it do is Paul Whiskey. Riding candy toy, they say there go that boy.
Paul Whiskey.
Pop trunk past a boy. I swung on 0, it made my car turn blue.
You know, I thought about it because I feel like somebody has that number now. I don't think Mike Jones owned the
I don't think so, man. But you know,
hold on.
It would be funny. It would be funny just to call that number and see what happens.
I got you. Hold on. Hey, Vin, just for you.
Keyz is literally, he's dialed the number.
Mailbox is full. To send an SMS notification, press 5.
Yeah.
Hey, yo!
The inbox is still full all these years later. Nigga, that shit been full since I was in high school.
Yo. That's crazy.
Well, no, hold on. When did Mike Jones come out? I don't think I was in high school. Yeah, I was in high school. That shit's been full since I was in high school, bro.
I promise you. 20 years, nigga.
And I know it's at least 1 million voicemails in that motherfucker. That was for you, man. I ain't gonna lie. I low key was hoping somebody answered.
That motherfucker could only hold so many, dog. Like, how many do?
Yeah.
Let me see.
Sierra, that joint been full since like 03, 04 or something like that.
Like I got 100, I got
I don't think I've ever
175 in mind right now.
I don't think I've ever gotten. I think at one point it was ringing and you got to like a little. He had like a recording playing. It wasn't a voice message.
Yeah.
It was like a
Yeah.
recording when it answered.
Yep.
And then people started calling it so much that the recording don't even play no more. And I
Yep.
guess at this point, I guess he still owns it. Like the number, I would assume.
Is somebody, I don't care who owns it, whoever owns it, motherfuckers like just like this. Don't be sitting around and be like, hey, I wonder if that number still works. Let's try it. Dog,
That's crazy.
Vin says the inbox has to be chopped.
It's definitely chopped and screwed, man. For sure, that must be chopped and screwed, yeah.
Hey, if you really from Houston, like what would be dope is if you call that number and the voicemail still played with the beat for June 27th. If you're a real Houstonite and you know Houston, especially screw music, you know what I'm saying. And I don't even like screw music like that. And I know that like that's the classic. So yeah, that's what's up.
Oh man, that was a good one, Ben. Thank you. I was a little nervous.
That one right there, that's comment of the night. It's over and done with.
Listen,
don't even try no more. It's over and done with. Comment of the night right there.
Right there. All right, where were we at sports wise? Let's
I was just saying like how the how you got 4 teams that have clinched playoff spots. 3 of them have clinched their division in the AFC. Where and 6 teams have been eliminated from playoff contention in the AFC, whereas in the NFC, you only have 3 teams that have clinched playoff spots and 3 teams that have been eliminated. Nobody has still clinched their division as of yet in the NFC.
Yeah, so not yet. I honestly think we might do it this weekend.
That's what I was just saying. The Eagles have a shot, I believe, this weekend, simply because I think their magic number is like 1.
I honestly think because Dallas beat Washington, we haven't lost a divisional game yet. And I think all we got left is Washington. We still got Washington, Dallas, and one more Giants game. So this is the second Washington game, and then we still got one more Dallas and Giants.
Yeah, the thing is, the Eagles need to. I think they may have to win 2 more games.
Hold on,
especially in the. I'm looking at it right now because the Eagles are 3-0 in the division, but the Commanders are 2-2. So
this actually, if we got 2 more, winning this one, yeah, I think it is 2 because it's still so close.
Yeah. Because it's like if they end up with the same divisional record or something, it's some crazy shit. But when you look at the conference record,
the conference
are 7-2, and the Commanders are 6-3. So but the division is still, for whatever reason, is still up for grabs. It hasn't been clinched yet. So that's why I say like they may have to win 2 more games for that magic number to be hit instead of just the 1 more game, just because of the way the conference and the division records are going right now. Because the Eagles have 3 division, that all 3 of their last remaining games are division games. And it just so happens if they lose all 3 of those games, which they probably won't, I'm just saying.
Shit, the way they play, you never know.
You never. This is true.
But to me, the Washington game is a trap game. So,
right now, that's the one that's the only reason why I say I want to see what it looks like if they win this game.
Honestly, the Dallas, I hate to admit it, but the way Dallas has been playing under Cooper Rush, like they did last year, it's a better offense to me.
Bruh.
It looks a little better. The only thing is, I think, of course, Dak is definitely more clutch, and it's still Dak. You know what I mean? But
right,
they look better, and the offense is a little more fluent under Cooper. Cooper just still has those moments where Cooper gonna Cooper. You know, he's not any
and
backup. I'll say that he does what any backup does, which is make mistakes. So, but for the most part, I think their offense looks a lot better. The defense still making stupid mistakes. As we saw not last week, but the week before, because Michael was going through it. He was going through it on the sideline, but
Bruh, that boy was so frustrated.
I think I think the offense is a little bit better with Cooper under center right now. So though I think those two games can go either way. That Giants game is a given. That's another ass whooping because Saquon means that every time he play them, it's gonna get personal. We ain't even got to worry about throwing the ball. That man gonna run it a million times and whoop their ass. So
easily. Another thing that I tend to see is I don't know for sure if we will see the same thing happen, but whenever you have the Lions and the Vikings fighting it out for that division the way they have, one of those teams is going to end up the 5th seed.
Not even that. That entire division, that's another one where the whole division, if I remember, it's all four. Well, it's outside of the Bears. The Bears
are the only team that won't make
it was
the playoffs.
crazy. The Bears have surprised the fuck out of me because I did not see them going 4-10. With everything they added in the offseason as far as trades, as far as draft, rookie quarterback, of course, but still with everything they put around him, I'm actually very shocked by them being 4-10. I think next season, year 2 under Caleb is going to be a lot different.
Yeah. I think so. I think so too.
And that whole division is it's going to be a real fight to see who wins and who makes the playoffs. It reminds me of old NFC East when we had Eli. I forgot who our quarterback was at the time. It might have been Carson. Even before Carson, because even when Commanders had RG3, and then Dallas had because Dak, I don't think Dak was there when RG3 was there.
No, that was
I forgot who it was. Was it still Romo? I think it was still Romo.
It was still Romo. Well,
four teams were like
pretty
above 500 and making and like fighting to make the playoffs. Even the lowest team was like 3 games over. It was like 8-8 was the lowest.
Because right now you got the Lions and the Vikings tied at 12-2, and then you got the Packers right behind them at 10-4.
And they could, as of right now, all 3 are in the playoffs. As of right now.
Oh yeah, all three are going to make the playoffs,
and that's mostly because if you look at the NFC West,
only West one in the South.
Yeah, only one of them is making it, and I think in the South, only one of them is making it. Yep. You could get the top 3 in the North, and then you'll get 2 out of the East, which will probably be us and the Commanders. Because I think when I looked at the graphic as of right now, everybody that we're naming is in. So as of right now, it's us and the Commanders. The Rams are in as of right now, and then Lions, Vikings, Packers, and then Bucks are in as of right now. So
yeah, because I say okay, if the Commanders lose to the Eagles this weekend, they have the Falcons and the Cowboys left, which I think that they should be able to win both of those games because I don't see either team presenting as big of a threat for the Commanders. So I think they should hold on to that last playoff spot. I don't see the Seahawks coming up with anything to overtake the Commanders for that last playoff spot. So I think the playoffs in the NFC, as unsettled as it looks, I think the Green Bay Packers and the Commanders are going to take those last 2 playoff spots.
Yeah, because
I don't believe in the Falcons, the Seahawks, or the Cardinals.
So the Seahawks, pretty much that game against the Rams, their last game is going to decide a lot. They got the Vikings this weekend. Well, they got the Vikings, Sunday. And then they have
you got the Vikings, the Bears, and the Rams.
And then they got the Bears on a short week too, because they got the Bears on Thursday
on a short week.
And then they finish out with the good thing is about having a short week, and then that last game you have even longer before you get to your final game. So Seahawks Rams is probably going to decide the division, and the winner more than likely is going to go to the playoffs. So their last three, and then as I look at the Rams schedule,
It's interesting because I really think because the
same,
Rams got the Jets, the Cardinals, and the Seahawks.
pretty much have them in the same boat. I think they can beat the Jets, them and the Cardinals, and then them and the Seahawks. Though, so for the Rams, they have to win those last two. A loss in either one of those two, I think, like if they lose to the Cardinals, that Seahawks game, even though the Seahawks still need to win it, isn't going to mean much for the Rams unless the Seahawks, just because those two last games for them are divisional and the Seahawks only have one. So they would have to win those last two at least. They could drop the Jets game and win the last two and still make it. So,
for sure. It's going to be interesting to see. It's definitely going to be interesting to see, man, because with them having the same record, but the God damn it, Max. The Seahawks having they have 5 division games. They're 3-2. The Rams are 3-1. And now if you look in the NFC, the conference, Rams are 5-5. Seahawks are 4-5. So it's kind of like they are so evenly matched as far as like their record and the tiebreakers are concerned that, like you said, I think whoever wins that last game, especially even with the 2 games that they have coming up before that last game matchup, it could come down to that last game to see who actually wins that division and makes the playoffs. And this is why, and I'm glad we got to this point talking about the schedule and everything. It's because I'm glad the way the NFL started scheduling divisional games as your last game of the season in order to make that last game of the season mean just a little bit more so teams aren't just resting players and whatever. It actually makes you want to play and want to win that last game when you have a playoff shot, the division lead, or seeding, whatever it is on the line. You actually want to play and win that last game.
I don't know who don't like us to give us 3 straight divisional games at the end.
That shit was insane. I've never seen that before, bro.
We got to commit. Well, no, it's pretty normal.
No, I swear,
Really?
I've never. I can't. I gotta look back.
It happens with us at least every other season, not just us, but like sometimes I think it changes in the division, but it happens pretty often that somebody at the end, out of their last 5, is either 3 or 4 out of 5 is divisional games. They load them at the end, like those second games. So it happens pretty often. That's why our division is always a dogfight at the end, because like those last few games, and it always usually comes down to, like, sometimes that last game, just like we're seeing with Seahawks and Rams, it literally comes down to that final game, and whoever wins gets in. There's been plenty of times us and the Giants have fought for that last one. I've seen Dallas and Washington, Dallas and the Giants, us and Dallas. Like, it really will come down to that final game as far as who's getting in.
The last game I'm not tripping off of is when you have three division games in a row. Like,
you cannot drop one.
I've never seen. I've seen like 2 out of 3. I've never seen 3 in a row.
Like, we can drop one and be fine, but because they're all NFC games also and divisional games, we really can't, because we're still fighting with the Lions for number 1. And who else? Minnesota. Yeah, Lions in Minnesota. Like, we're still fighting with them for that number 1 seed. So it's actually like super tough, because if we drop a game, it slides us out of 2 to 3. I think the Lions are going to be very suspect these last 3 games with so many injuries at the end of the season. They're, and even with them, Vikings and Lions are their final game of the season. They got the Bears.
That's what I'm saying. You're going to always have a division game your last game of the season, because that's the way they structure it. It just so happens that some of these teams are actually fighting for playoff spots with each other, or the division with each other. But for the Eagles to have their last 3 games of the season be divisional games,
crazy.
I didn't even realize it until just now when we were looking at it. And I was like,
that's tough. They got Bears, 49ers, and Vikings.
I'm like they're 3-0 in the division. We only got 3 games left in the season. They play 6 divisional games in the year. They got
And they
3
loaded them
like,
all
what
at the
the
end.
fuck?
And even the Vikings. So the Vikings are in that same place that the Rams are, where they can't lose their last 2. They have the Seahawks, Packers, and then Lions. So they literally their last 2. If they drop either one of them, I think they'll still make the playoffs, but it could potentially slide them, just depending on how the Lions do in their game. And
You know who else has 3 divisional games left?
the Packers
The
have
Bills.
Oh wow,
The
them
Bills.
last,
have 3
and then the
divisional games.
Packers is pretty easy, but they also have 2 at the end. They have the Saints, the Vikings, and then they have the Bears to close out the season. So that Bears game could be a trap game too. The Bears might just show up just to fuck with them. That's usually how it goes.
And you know what's crazy? The reason why the Packers are so out of that division race with the Vikings and the Lions is because they're 1-3 in their division right now.
Which is crazy. Still gonna make the playoffs, but
I didn't even know that they were that bad in their division until I'm looking at this right now. I thought that
that's
they were much better than that.
that's a tough. That division is tough though, because even with the Bears being 4-10, there's a lot of games where they've been super competitive, even in the losses.
Exactly.
And they've been right there, in the game. So
right, you don't really get it until, like, if you consistently look at games and you don't just look at records and stats, but if you look at games, you'll know that Bears team is no punk. And that 4-10 record says one thing, but when you have to play that team, it's a lot of stress that team can put on you on both sides of the ball.
Nah, for sure.
I've
these next 3 weeks are going to be fun.
Yeah, because there's something to watch in every game, even though you may be like, okay, well, this team is out of it. This team is out of it. This team still has a shot at this or that, blah, blah, blah. Like, there's a reason why you should watch every game. And I could give you a reason why to watch every game. I'm not going to do that right now, but I could make a compelling argument why, there's every game on the schedule and why you should still be watching NFL football this late in the season. Speaking of football, just to touch on college football real quick.
I got some shit for this one.
Big ruling today in court that says JUCO athletes who play college sports retain all 4 years of NCAA eligibility.
Does that go back? Because if that does, I played JUCO for a year.
A year or 2 of JUCO.
Do I get my shit back? Am I still eligible?
I don't know, bro. I'm just saying.
This NIL money too good right now. Hold on, let me go. Hey, man, let me spend the rest of this year in the gym. I'm about to go. Bro, I'm about to be the oldest.
You might still have some eligibility. You could be the oldest true freshman.
No, I ain't a freshman. I'll be a junior, but still, I get my time back.
You get all 4 years of
NCAA
eligibility.
I went to Georgia State for 2.
Oh,
so I went to JUCO for 1, and then I went to Georgia State for 2. So technically, I would get 2. I would get 2 left.
You got 2 left.
I can go who for 2? I'm about to go to VCU.
Hey, bro, go do it.
I'm trying to go overseas.
Look, get that NIL money.
What was the dude for the Lakers that was like the oldest G League player? He was from Virginia. Is it Andre? No,
he was like
Andre
he
something.
Finally debuted. He was like 30, 31, 32 or whatever.
Something like that. Cause bro had the grade. He was great early. I remember he had the salt and pepper.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah,
I got that too.
Dude. I remember that was like a year or 2 ago. Yeah.
Hey man, the Wizards can use me right now, man. They suck. They need anybody.
Man, look, I can't even do it. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Hey man, I can go out there. I can give you like 5-10 minutes. That's it. Shit, 5 or 10 minutes is what the lowest is. What's the low? 200K right now?
Man, look, I could do a 10-day contract. I could practice a little bit.
Hey man, put me in the G League for about a month.
I might be able to. I might could still hit like if you give me a corner three and don't nobody run at me too fast, I might be able to hit it.
Hey, look, I'm gonna I'm gonna give you a That's it. I got about
Look,
two of them.
that's about
Two of
all I
them.
got. All I got left is my shot. I ain't got shit.
Hey, look, I still
I
got.
can't offer you nothing.
Hey, look, I still got that Gil Arenas rundown, that downhill where you he used to come down with that boom boom, that in out. Oh my god, hey bro, Gil get on my nerves as a podcaster now. But the one thing I can never take from him is when on that court.
Yes, that little 1-2, that little 1-2 sidestep.
Oh my god,
or really when he would cook niggas is when he would hit you with that 1-2 and you thinking he about to sidestep and you try to jump out at him, and then he hit you with another little move and he go by you.
Oh my god,
bro. I've seen guys fall for that way too many times trying to defend him. And
I still go back and watch him.
You know he about to cook you because you already jumping up like this trying to block the shot and he already going by you.
Bro, I still watch him and Baron Davis highlights. Oh my god.
Oh, B Diddy.
Hey, BD used to come down going crazy, yo.
Bro.
Oh my god.
I used to love watching him.
Like these boys think what they're watching now.
That other guard that Gil was at Arizona with Jason Gardner. When two was in that backcourt together. Other guards like from back New Orleans native Robert Pack back in the early to mid 90s. Bro, a 6'1", 6'2" guard that would dunk on you. You know, and it was like you so busy looking at him dunking on whoever, you forgot like how smooth he just crossed up and went by whoever it was.
It's so crazy because we watch Hoop now, and Hoop now is fire. It's so athletic. Like damn near every player, even on your bench at the end, is athletic. We're getting like even more athletic white players now than we've ever had before. We've always had great guards.
Euros.
Yeah, like we've had great guards. We've had like as far as the white players, you'll get a really good guard or a great guard. You'll get an amazing fucking shooter. And same thing with the Euros. You're gonna get that's the one thing you're gonna get is a shooter. But now they're coming down banging. Like basketball in general, from top to bottom, as far as like the starters to the bench, you're getting super athletic players. But I think our era, and I say our because we're in that same range of era where the 90s and the early 2000s had some hoopers. Like I grew up watching some hoopers, and it won't just the stars that you talk about, like the Kobe's, the Iversons, the Jordans during that time. Like there were some people that you go back and watch some of these old 90s games that was giving buckets too. You go back and watch those early 2000 games. There was some guards that used to go crazy. TJ, what's the old boy from Texas that with the
TJ Ford?
Oh my god, bruh. Because those were like the last era of the big shorts. They had brought back the big uniform. They had the really big baggy. Hey yo, TJ, I felt like every game, TJ Ford, he was so small that they could not find a uniform to fit this man. I'm talking about everything on him was big, yo. But boy used to come down and do dirty.
Shout out to Steve Francis.
Oh my god,
Catino Mobley when they was in that backcourt with the Rockets.
People don't even talk about Catino Mobley as a shooting guard because it's Catino. You hear the name and you go, but if you go back and watch some highlights, bro, I watching Catino in the Big Three has all like in the first couple of years was amazing because him at his age going out there and giving buckets. He's that bro. He looked like that old head that's at the court that come down. He's super strong.
Right,
that man coming down with the back down, like just killing.
And one thing that like certain of these guys have always maintained, and I know another older guy right now that's retired that like he can still give niggas buckets to this day. Jamal Crawford.
Oh yeah,
bruh. Like
Jay Smooth is still killing.
And I look at some of these guys and I'm like, there are certain skill sets and certain things that like you can do on the court that just gonna translate no matter what. And it's some of these guys, man. Like, bro, I put it to you like this. I saw, and I know, like you, like people don't always give big men their props because they're like, well, fuck, you bigger than everybody. Like, you know, it is what it is.
Man,
But
Tractor Trailer is still one of my favorite big men, bro.
I shit you not, I have a Michigan Tractor Trailer jersey,
Hey,
and I've had
that's the
originally
name. That is a name people do not mention enough. Hey,
because it don't even have. It's the original run from the '90s Tractor Trailer jersey.
hey, that
But
that that man
I,
came down. It was like a freight train for real. It really
exactly.
was a Tractor Trailer. Y'all think Shaq was
Uh,
dominant? That nigga. Whew.
please, bit of history. Don't forget that that was the man who was traded for Dirk Nowitzki. Little known fact. Like most people don't even remember that shit, but that's how the Mavericks got Dirk. Was they had the draft rights to track the trailer and traded it for Dirk.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember back in the day, this was like mid 2000s or so, right? This man had been retired for a little while already, and he had started like training other guys, post moves and shit. I was at a gym one Saturday morning watching Hakeem Olajuwon give niggas fits, and this man had been retired for some years, right? Injuries, everything else. He's in his 40s, advanced age. You know, he watching his kids grow up. He training other guys, but he's still out there running. Bro, one thing I've never seen happen, no matter how young or athletic anybody that came through that gym and played, nobody ever dunked on that man.
Oh no.
Not even in his advanced age. It didn't matter what big men came in there, how big they were, how strong, young, tall they were, or whatever. They didn't have shit fun. And I'm watching this man like just bruh, and it's not just because he's a good solid big. It's like I saw a big dude that was bigger and younger than him, right? And he's still manhandling dude. But it's his basketball IQ, the way that this man sees things 2 and 3 plays and 2 and 3 steps before it happens, and watching him call stuff out before it happens. And we talking about just pickup ball, but he can see it developing and happening before it. Bruh, it was like I would be so into it sometimes. I've spent a couple Saturdays and they're just watching him play, not even like playing, just watching him play and call out stuff because he's just that smart. Like the IQ is unbelievable. And this is another reason why guys with like a real high basketball IQ, like a Chris Paul or a LeBron or people like that, why I like watching them play too, because it's like you see that basketball IQ and you hear it when they're in huddles and stuff like that, and they're calling out stuff, and they're it just seeing that happen. So I love stuff like that, like guys who can exhibit that high basketball IQ
Mm-hmm.
and whatnot. I love stuff like that. Like I love watching. Um, it was a really good 2-man game I saw this week. I can't remember who it was. Oh yeah, I think it was Jamal Murray and Joker up in Denver. Yeah, it was. It was Jamal Murray and Joker, and I mean they ran that 2-man game to perfection. And Murray ended up getting a nice like free throw line jumper out of it. But it was just the way they worked that 2-man game back and forth until Murray got that open, free throw line jump.
Mm-hmm.
Just it's little stuff like that, bro. Like I just, man, I could keep talking about it, but it's like it's little stuff like that in basketball that still excites me, where you can still see the skill of the game, and it's not looking like I saw something else today where Adam Silver even had to address it himself, because he was like, yes, we know like the 3-point shooting thing, and we know like things are starting to look too similar, fans aren't as excited about the game, blah blah blah. We're looking into it. They know what's going on, but they also have an issue with guys like Steph, KD, and LeBron are about to age and retire out, and they need to replace those guys with new stars. And you're not only having a aging star issue faces the league issue, you're also having a ratings issue. And I just think that with the way the game is played now, they maybe have to figure out some rules and everything to kind of get it under reins and under wraps. But I also think that the league is going to have to start marketing their players better, because you and I have even said it the last, couple years or whatever, like we've been more into the women's game than the men's game, college and pro, simply because their storylines and the interest level has been higher with them than it is for the men. And this is a problem that the NBA is going to have, and that they need to figure something out. The NCAA is always going to have the tournament and that nostalgia and everything else to fall back on. The NBA, you got to create stars, and you have to keep churning them out, because you can't rely on the ones that you already have because they're getting older. Same thing happened with same thing happened with Magic and Larry. Mike came along. Once you had Mike, then you had like Kobe and Shaq, and you had Penny, and you had, AI. And then once those guys were gone, then you started to have the Stephs, the LeBron, the KDs, and whatnot. Well, now that the Stephs, LeBrons, and the KDs are getting older, it's time for you to start promoting the Lukas and the Trays and the Jason Tatums and, the so on and so forth, the Shea Gilgeous-Alexanders. It's time for you to start promoting those guys and putting those guys towards the forefront of what you got going on. And the better and faster and quicker that they do this, the better off the sustainability of that league is going to be. Because I heard somebody talking about it earlier. When you look at expansion is cool, and you can probably get away with it. But how far is the sustainability of that expansion going to carry you?
And honestly,
create new stars.
I think also at the point that the NBA is right now, we kind of need to maybe. Okay, so we know Vegas and Seattle are pretty much locked markets at some point.
Yeah, those are like the
Seattle's
the
Sonics are pretty much coming back. We just don't know exactly when. And the basketball is the last thing that Vegas has to add, because men's basketball, I'll say that, because they've pretty much added every sport at this point. They have baseball now, they have women's basketball, they have hockey. I believe a soccer team should be coming, and should be an MLS team and an NBA team are all they have left as far as what they need to add.
Pretty much.
Outside of those two markets, I'm not sure where else an NBA team could potentially. I've always said Virginia needs a team, but I also don't think we're a strong market. And if I remember, Washington is actually technically about to move to Virginia. I'm not sure if they're going to change the name from the Washington Wizards to something different. But they are moving where they play into Arlington, if I remember correctly, which is like Northern Virginia, DC market. Still not too far from where they play now, like maybe less than an hour.
Got you.
It's like a 45-minute difference. I'm like, depending on traffic, of course, because up there is nasty. But outside of that, I'm not sure where else on the East Coast we could add in a team at this point. Florida is pretty much solidified. I don't think I'd add any other team down there. In the Florida market, well, nah. Well, you got right now. You just got Orlando and Miami. So, but I still don't think I would add another team there. New York has enough. Jersey kind of could add another team. Bring back the Nets, maybe. But that might be too much in that small area. Texas has 3, the Texas Triangle. So, and they're not all super far from each other, right?
No, because
Houston.
Dallas is about 4 hours away from Houston, and
San Antonio
is about 2-3 hours away from Houston.
So that's not bad. So you could add another team in that Jersey, New York market, like a Buffalo or something like that.
Here's
another team in Canada, maybe.
Nah, I would say if you're gonna do it in the NBA, I would say
in the East. I'm like maybe Georgia, another Georgia team.
I don't
South
know.
Carolina.
The sustainability though is like you want to be able to do the TV contract and the attendance and stuff.
South Carolina might
and everything else.
South Carolina might be a good little market to look into. And I'm sure they may have.
I would say Seattle would probably be. Seattle and Vegas are going to be the first two.
Yeah.
If I was to look anywhere outside of Seattle and Vegas,
I was trying to think of the East, but if you're going to move, once you bring Seattle and Vegas in, you're going to have to move two to the East, which we've already said should be Memphis and New Orleans.
Easily, I mean, you could easily move teams like that, but if you was to look for a city on the East Coast or somewhere even, I would just say east of the Mississippi, that would be able to sustain an NBA team.
I wouldn't do Mississippi. Those southern states are so hard.
I'm gonna tell you, there's the one that came to mind, St. Louis.
I've thought about what's
St. Louis. It would have to be St. Louis. It would that's to me because
on NBA 2K, whenever I do like the franchise joint and I think about adding new teams in, St. Louis and Hawaii are two markets I always add teams into for my franchise. I do Seattle, I do a Vegas, and then I do a St. Louis, a Hawaii, and a Baltimore.
The reason why I say St. Louis is because they actually started off with the Royals, who ended up becoming, I believe, the Kings down the line.
Yep.
St. Louis has a rich baseball history, and they've had football before, twice actually, with the Cardinals and the Rams. So St. Louis is one of those sports cities that you could put an NBA team in that you could get the attendance, the merch, the TV contracts, and everything else because they have the infrastructure there, and you've seen them support multiple pro sports franchises in the past. That's really about the only quote unquote East Coast or whatever team that I could think of as of right now that will be able to sustain it and be able to do it for a long period of time without that team having to move eventually down the line. The main reason why I was nervous about the Hornets going back to Charlotte is because when they started there, they end up moving the team, and then they end up putting the team back there, and I was just like, I don't know, like. And
it's been a struggle, but I think.
That's why I say like another team in the Carolinas wouldn't work.
Well, with the stars they have now, and I think with some of these younger, so of course with an expansion team, the thing that sucks, and we just seen that with the Valkyries, is the protection of players, right? And it's totally fine because you don't want to lose your star. You don't want to just say nobody's protected, and they can just be like, oh shit, I want LeBron, I want AD, I want Steph, I want, you know what I mean? Like, of course you don't want that, but I also feel like there needs to be some type of parity. Like the one thing about the Valkyries draft thing is I always felt like the expansion team should have the number one pick. I don't think it should go to ping pong balls when it comes to them. I feel like the number one pick should go to the expansion team. Then you do the ping pong balls or whatever for whatever sport after that. Because I'm looking at like the WNBA, right? Why isn't Paige Becker? Why isn't the Valkyries getting the number one pick? And Paige Becker is going to be the face of that franchise. You put Paige and Kate Martin together. First off, we've already said Kate Martin may not be a star, but she's becoming a little bit of a household name, i.e., because of Caitlin Clark, and then what she's done in her first year in the WNBA on her own without Caitlin. But I think you put a Paige and her together, that's going to be crazy. I think right now the Valkyries have the third pick. I think it is after LA.
Give me 1 second. Let me look it up again because I don't have it. I don't have it like on my quick thing. Or
No, you good. I got it right here.
Here we go. Okay,
Draft
we got Dallas number 1.
Yep.
LA
Actually,
number
they have
2. Chicago is number 3. Washington
Golden State's 5.
Golden State 5.
Is no reason Golden State is number 5. That to me makes absolutely no sense that they're picking 5 and 17. I personally think that's horrible. Like that's horrible for your new franchise to be picking.
I really don't like that.
17.
Yeah, I don't like that at all, man.
They definitely, like I said, because when you're looking at 5, right, they're going to limit the best players in college basketball right now. What we got? Paige, Kiki.
Right here on this mock draft, they have them taking Betts from UCLA, the big girl, the center, 6'7" center, Lauren Betts.
I mean, that's cool.
But see, this here's another thing.
To me, that's not.
Who's to say Betts decides to come out after her junior year? Who's to say she don't want to be like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna stick around.
Because right now, mock draft
NIL money is good.
Paige or
I can
Kiki.
make more. Look, I can make more money next year in my senior year at UCLA on NIL than I will as a top pick in the WNBA draft, and then I can come out next year and be the first overall pick.
But then I'm looking at the draft, right? This draft isn't that where they got players going is interesting. Like Paige to Dallas makes sense because they need guard play. Kiki to LA is going to be great, and she gets to stay at home.
Mm-hmm.
Ozzy Fudd to Chicago is going to be crazy because they need a guard, another good guard. Olivia Miles
picking up another guard later on in the draft in that first round too with that other pick, the 10th pick.
Yeah, Olivia Miles to Notre Dame is fire because I love what her and the other guard are doing. I haven't watched Betts a lot to really comment on her or Sedona Price from TCU.
Okay,
she's a thick 7 center.
Betts is pretty good. I have to watch her again this year to make sure I get a good read on her. I'm not real familiar with Sedona Price, but
the Liberty taking a 6'6" center, Dominique Malonga from France. Again, I'm not the women foreign players. I'm never too fluent on, but I believe is that the girl from the Olympics? The light skin one?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm familiar with her from the Olympics.
That's what I was getting ready to say.
I've never watched her, but if that's the girl I'm thinking of, their center, she got crazy during the Olympics.
Bro, she just
any of them girls from France.
She just turned 19 like a couple weeks ago.
Okay, so that's her. Okay,
they say
that she just turned 19 on Saturday.
Like they got some shit in that WNBA draft. It's just a matter of where do you select them. And like I said, with Lauren Betts, they're banking on her coming out after her junior. What if she decides to go back and stay?
Now, these next two picks, Indiana taking Anita Morrow. Oh my God, from LSU,
bro.
Ooh, added with what they are. Added with what they had. Hey, Indiana is gonna be, and it's so wild to say it, but
let me tell you something.
By next year, to be honest, if Nisa comes in.
They would clean up on the boards.
Think about what they already were doing last year, at the end of last year.
Anissa Morrow was like the 2010, excuse me, she was like 2010 or whatever at DePaul. And she came to LSU and played that year with HVL and Angel Reese and all of them. And she still balled out.
Mm-hmm.
Now you give her this year to come through and like be like the girl at LSU and show what she can really do in a big time conference. Man.
I'm gonna tell you the pick that nobody's gonna talk about, right? But I think it might be the best pick in the draft at the right place for the right team. Tahina Pow from South Carolina going to Seattle Storm.
Oh, you know what? I was looking at.
Hey, bro, I love Pow's game, yo. And those Pacific Islander girls have been hooping lately. Hooping.
I was looking at that one. That one for Anissa Morrow going to the Fever was one because when I saw that, I instantly got excited. but also with Chicago, if Chicago can add Ozzie Fudd at 3 and then Rory Harmon at 10, you give them an instant backcourt, bam, to go along with that front court that they already got. Anything else that they have outside of that, if they can land those two girls right there, bruh, I'm talking about like you got it. You
Hey,
you got your
I
front
get
court
excited.
last
I get
year,
excited
and
for the.
you get your back court this year. Come on, man.
I get excited for the NBA
Come
draft. I
on,
mean the
man.
WNBA draft, man. It's to me, it's always a good watch because you get
But
to see
it
those girls excited,
right.
And then if you're invested in women's college basketball, you get to see some of the junior, senior. You get to see some of those junior and senior girls that you've been
Bro,
watching since they were freshmen. Achieve their dream and go maybe to your favorite franchise. But at this point, I'm not laughing. That's what I was laughing at. Oh, you get to see them go to your favorite franchise and flourish. So,
hey man, the reason why is like we stated before, is because we see these ladies in college for 3 or 4 years, and we get to know them, their stories, their teammates, and whatnot, and then we get to see them get drafted and like immediately play for their WNBA team that they get drafted for because of the way the draft and the WNBA season works with the college season. This is why we've been so much more invested in them as we have the men on the college and pro side the last couple of seasons. But hopefully the ladies keep it up and they keep that pipeline going, and hopefully the men will step it up and figure out something, because like I'm wanting to watch more NBA. I'm wanting to watch more NCAA men's basketball and whatnot. It's just y'all aren't giving me the marketing and the storylines and the reasons why I need to keep up with whoever it is and whatever it is that they're doing. I'm just not seeing it. I'm not feeling it. It's not grabbing me. And so I need y'all to do a lot better. Sloan says he ate tendies and tots for dinner.
that actually sounds good.
Are you, but Sloan, are you a chicken tender slut? That's the question for the week. Shouts out to Rhea Ripley.
I'm about to ask this. Are you a chicken tender slut?
I need to, like, seriously, bro. Like, if I ever get into another relationship, I'm gonna be like, look, I just got one question I need to ask you before we get any more serious or complicated than we already are. Even if I spend the block on anything in the past, look. Are you a chicken tender slut? I have to know.
Here go Dre. Sluts for mozzarella sticks. We've heard the story.
We've
heard the stories.
The fake vegan ass.
Sluts. That's crazy.
Sluts for mozzarella sticks.
That's crazy.
That is insane. I have to buy more mozzarella sticks. I'm not gonna lie. Here his ass go. Boy, I tell you.
Hey, Will Ospreay is a wild man.
We
don't talk wrestling too often, but this Styles clash on Darby to the outside. Hold on, I'm gonna put it in the DW.
I'm gonna have to. See, normally, like I'll run AEW.
DWN.
Normally I'll run AEW back, like depending on when we get done after the show, and I'll fall asleep on it and finish the rest of it at some point. But like I'll normally run it back tomorrow, Friday, maybe even Saturday morning sometimes, and I'm okay with that. But it's like when there's like crazy shit that happens on AEW, I'm like, nah, I gotta watch it like that night. I gotta at least start watching it that night and then finish it tomorrow sometime. Because
even if I don't watch the whole show, the highlights, I get the highlights from Twitter. So
exactly, I need to see what the fuck happened because everybody gonna be fucking talking about it.
I'm a vegetarian, not a vegan. I showed up on right on time. I'm also a vegetarian.
Here we go.
Me too.
Yes.
I'll agree with you tonight. Tonight, I'm with you.
I could use some because my beard not. If y'all could see kind of close this, but anyway, another story for another day. Anyway,
Ah, man, that's crazy. Bun B intro and sipping on some scissor. You know what? We're gonna have a music night on Sucio Sports one night. Just talking sports and music. Cause boy, y'all don't know the greatness of UGK for real. So
say man,
I know you do.
it's
I know
some
you
shit. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Y'all don't know. Some of y'all don't know the greatness of UGK, man.
Man, look,
Y'all don't know nothing about Sweet Jones, man.
it's some shit that like.
Boy, I grew up on Sweet Jones, boy. Y'all don't know nothing about that.
I'm PMC, bitch. So what the fuck is up? Oh, come man, hold up. Like, don't get me started. Don't get me started.
Dre, that was
Don't
a great
get me
alley-oop,
started.
bro. Dirty Dom with the Sucio on his jacket was
Bruh.
fucking fire, bro.
Bruh.
If y'all
Like,
have to go,
let's
I'm gonna let y'all
fucking
do
go.
y'all research and like research that. But that was crazy. Now, I know what we should have did. Should have tweeted that nigga from the Sucio Sports page and like, yo, shout out to Dom for the shout out, yeah.
Bruh, I
Matter of fact,
had it
on it.
queued up, but
Don't worry about it. I'm on it.
hold up.
Hopefully that nigga follow us. Wait, here you go. Nope, that's the Michael Penix one. Did he tag us in it? I don't think he did. Yes, he did. There you go.
Hold up.
There you go. Bam.
Yeah, if y'all could look at that right quick. Like, yeah, he got it on his jacket. So yeah, that was kind of cool, man, to see that. Like, it's just a play on words. Sucio means dirty.
Yeah.
In Spanish. But it was just dope for us to see that, like, and Dre point that out to us.
So for y'all, this is the Dirty Sports Podcast. That's why we talk the way we do.
Preach.
That's all. That's why we talk the way we do, man. Dirty Sports Podcast, man.
Hey,
y'all
man.
we finally giving y'all the insight into that, you know.
A little more in depth, a little more
and then all the other pods, the Dirty Boys podcast. Not Sucio Boys, the Dirty Boys podcast. And if you watch their show, it makes all the fucking sense in the world.
It makes perfect sense.
Perfect fucking sense.
Matter of fact, shout out to the Sucio boys, man, for episode 150 the other night.
150 episodes is amazing, man. We're trying to achieve that ourselves,
man. Like,
we're almost there. We're 100 away. We're 90 away.
Yeah, shout out
episode
to them,
60
man.
tonight, man. We ain't gonna catch the boys, but we gonna get there
one day
and keep going, man. We're trying to take this. We gonna definitely take this far.
Say, man, we gonna ride that motherfucker till the wheels.
Look,
Sloan said it's 149 and a half.
Do I even want to know what happened of why this is not 150 with it? What happened to the 0.5?
Hey, you gotta watch that episode.
All right. Sierra with the bro. That means Sierra even know what happened?
Watch that episode. Bruh.
Even Sierra know? Damn, I'm behind.
Bruh.
Damn, this is crazy.
That episode was
149 and a half. All right.
Hey, I'm
gonna watch it tonight.
Keyz, I'm gonna put it to you like this. The main reason why you need to watch it: jumper cables. Cables.
Okay.
Jumper cables.
Okay. Jumper cables. Got it. Here you go, Dre. It was a fun episode. Okay.
I forgot Dre came through.
I remember like peeping it when I woke up, and I think y'all were at the end. And I saw all of y'all were in there.
I remember it was somebody else came through. I couldn't remember who else it was. It was Dre. It was Dre that came through. That's right. let me tell you, this is what okay, so it was that night, it was my birthday night, matter of fact, right?
It was.
And nigga sent me the link, and I was like, "Oh, they really gonna record?" And Sloan was like, I got the notification that they were live, and I was like, "Oh shit, them niggas went live." I'm watching the live, and I'm commenting on the live. Sloan was like, "Hey, bro, we sent you the link." I was like, "Man, he sent me the link," and I was like, "Oh, he did send me the link." Oh, well, fuck it, I guess I'm gonna be on the pod tonight. Then I jumped on the pod, bro. I was only supposed to have one more shot that night, and it was because Maddie got mad that I was using the shot glass that Drew had got. So I was like, well, fuck, I got to take another shot because I got to use the shot glass that Maddie got.
I remember you saying that. Hey, that last
And
Sierra
it
comment
was
right there. Not that
it was like
Next
3-4 more that ended up happening after that. I don't even know. Like,
no, go down one more. Yeah, that one. That one.
It
was your birthday. That's all I'm gonna say. It was your birthday.
Look.
Y'all are ever in spaces with us. Dre is. I'm not Dre. Jermaine is usually one of the quiet ones, unless something happens and makes him go up. But that on his birthday, you could hear it when he came off mute. He was drunk, and I just hit mute and just sat back and listened.
It was, but see, but the funny part about it is, I'll be like that and I'll still be quiet. I was just like, nah, fuck this. I'm letting it off.
Jermaine ain't quiet at all. That's funny.
Hey, you know what? This is blasphemous. I am quiet. I don't know what this woman is like. She don't even know me like that. What is she talking about? I'm wholesome.
Yep.
Thank you, Dre. Thank you, Dre. Wait a minute. Do I really want that nigga coming to my defense?
I don't know about that one. That's crazy.
I don't know. No.
Not the Wrangler.
That nigga said the Wrangler.
I'm darn near. First off, you said darn. I'm darn near a saint. First off,
what boy?
First off, partner,
you know what?
are you hitting the old dusty trail? Huh?
He hitting something. Because I promise you.
Are you riding off in the sunset on your trusty steed? The hell? Darn. Dre can't defend no.
I'm a little more animated. I'm the same way. I was still
Dre
me.
can't defend nobody, not even himself. You're right.
I was still me. I was just a little more open and honest.
Saints don't swear. I'm a great advocate. What are you, Paul Heyman now? What are you, Dre Heyman?
Get out.
This is nuts, man.
Out of here. Get all the way out of here. Hell no. Anyway, we had a little more crazy news this week. Real quick on the NBA, the Bucks won the NBA Cup, right?
Mm-hmm.
Only thing I'm gonna say about that is I want motherfuckers to keep that same energy that they had last year for LeBron celebrating and winning the NBA Cup that they have for Giannis this year and all the shit that he did after they won.
I like it, man. I didn't have a problem with Bron doing it.
No. You didn't have a problem with it. I didn't have. A lot of people did. It was a lot of people that did have a problem with it.
And most people, because they're just like, it's an in-season tournament. It don't mean nothing. It's stupid. I like it, man. It made viewership went up. I feel like first off, they were not doing that. It made viewership go up. I think the players were playing harder because it's something to win. It's something to achieve and win in season. I'm ignoring that. I'm not looking at the TV. I'm talking to. I liked it, man. I think it's dope. But I want to see if they do what we didn't, or the Lakers didn't do last year, is from this point on turn up. Because the Lakers turned up in the tournament, they won it, but they went 8-0. 8-0 in the tournament.
Listen, they
And
ended up making to the Western Conference Finals last year.
Yeah.
And motherfuckers was like, oh, that NCAA tournament, the NBA NIT is the other nickname that I heard it called and whatnot. However, the Lakers rode that to like a late season, surge, got to the Western Conference Finals off of that. Milwaukee at one point was like 3-11 or whatever this season. They're now, well, no. They were like 3-7 or something. They were terrible.
Agree,
they were fucking terrible.
Made it very interesting.
They end up coming back. They're 14-10 now. They've won the NBA Cup, and now they can try to start putting things together and moving forward with their season. So I'm kind of happy about it. I just wanted to bring that up real quick because I see the way people hated on LeBron and the Lakers for winning it and enjoying it the way they did last year. I just want everybody to have that same energy for Giannis and the Bucks. That's all I'm saying. Also, real quick, Darvin Ham came out this week and talked about being fired from the Lakers. And his quote was, a quote, to do as well as I did, I swear to God, anywhere else, I'm probably looking at an extension. I'm not talking feelings, just facts. They go from not making the playoffs to the conference finals, and we won the in-season tournament. People always talk about us losing to Denver, but they don't talk about how we got to Denver. We beat a kick-ass young squad in Memphis, and we beat Stephen Curry in Golden State. The man didn't lie.
He didn't, but I think Darvin never was our number one choice. I think the one thing about the Lakers, and I've been saying this over the years, is you're going to get a lot of lame duck coaches in between for them to get to who they want. JJ might be a lame duck coach this year. You never know. You know what I mean? Like JJ also, how do I say this without it coming off crazy? We get a lot of lame duck coaches on our way to a coach that we want. We've seen that over the years. I don't think Mike Brown was our coach. I don't think Tyronn Lue ain't been there yet. I like C. Lue. I think C. Lue would have been a good fit. I just think Darvin's coaching style. I really feel like it was a lot of he just seemed so lackadaisical. Like it was a lot of that sitting back, chilling in moments where he should have been up and fired up. He was on the bench chilling. He's sitting. Even when he's standing on the sidelines, it's kind of like, It's like that Eeyore. Like he's just there. Like, I think to me as a fan, and I'm gonna talk about it more from a fan standpoint, it just don't. I don't know. And with JJ, you're getting the opposite, but the same results. So clearly, it's not the coaching. It's definitely the roster. It's 1,000% the roster.
Bro,
and
I really think.
I think it's. I really feel like if we don't do it by the trade deadline, I think LeBron or AD, and y'all might kill me in the comments, but I think LeBron and AD got to go. One of them. I think honestly, it's time for LeBron. I'm gonna be honest. We got to get younger. It's time to get younger pieces, but younger star pieces. You have the Trae Youngs that want to potentially are on the trade block or leave in free agency. It's a couple other young, really good players. You got the Lonzo Ball that if he's healthy, I would love for him to come back to LA. I think his time in Chicago has been blech. His New Orleans time was good.
My only thing with Lonzo would be,
hell, we can get him and his brother. Shit,
they'd have to to
Melo
get Lonzo
LA?
back, they'd have to make a trade and they'd have to try to get.
But I think at this point, I think at this point, Chicago would just take the draft picks just to get.
No, here's the thing: Levine was the target that the Lakers had last year and the year before.
At this point, I don't even think I want Levine no more. Not at this point.
Okay, it's like it's kind of crazy because it's like also looking at like Levine, Jimmy Butler, and who else was a trade rumor guy this year in the NBA? Giannis to a certain extent, but I think we can take Giannis out of any trade rumors now because they're above 500 and they just won the NBA.
Yeah, I
cup.
don't think
We
he's
can
getting
take him
traded
out of
at
there.
all.
And he was like the absolute biggest. So I think it's really just Jimmy Butler and Zach LaVine are like the two bigger names like on the trade market still. LaVine has injury concerns and Jimmy Butler's older. So there is no like quote unquote like great player, perfect player, like this guy's going to be with us for whatever. There's none of that left. So it's a matter of just seeing what you can do now. I'm not sure what the trade deadline is going to look like, but I know it could get interesting. I just have a feeling that it may not be as interesting as it has in the past, is what I'll say. As far as the NBA trade deadline is concerned.
This is a good picture of that jacket, but I'm sorry, I'm trying to find a really good picture of Dom in his jacket.
I couldn't like I haven't looked for them yet, but I know there is one. We just gotta find it. The only other one little blurb that I saw was there is a 17-year-old high school junior golfer, Blades Brown.
Blade Brown.
Turning pro in January. He's gonna skip college, gonna skip his senior season. I think he's gonna graduate from high. I don't know, but he going pro in January.
Okay. As a golfer?
Yes, as a golfer.
That's fire.
I love it. And the main reason why I wanted to bring it up was props to him. Number one for being that damn good and already having played on the PGA Tour under a sponsor's exemption in one or two tournaments. But he recognizes and realizes like I can compete on that level right now as a 17-year-old, as opposed to like going to college and going through all of this senior year of high school, college, and everything else, and then trying to go pro. Why not just go now? And I love it because if tennis players can go pro at 13, 14, or 15, why can't a fucking golfer go pro at 17? I don't understand it. It's an individual sport. It's not like that physically exerting or demanding to where his age is going to prevent him from competing. You could say that about basketball, about football, about baseball. You can't say that about golf or tennis. So I don't see why anybody would have an issue with this at all. I mean, as long as his parents are okay with it or whatever, then fuck it.
And I'm pretty sure they are.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I don't even have a rant for this week.
I don't either. Not this week.
I had a pretty good fucking week. I thought I did, but
so maybe
I'm gonna leave it alone.
Actually, maybe I do. So we ain't really touch on it too much during the college football stuff. A little bit. For me, NIL is pissing me off. In the portal. I don't like even though your favorite team could potentially, like LSU is doing right now, I think what LSU and Penn State are doing is fire, right? Because they lost more LSU than Penn State. Penn State hasn't lost anybody from what I've seen other than seniors that are graduating, and they're bringing players in and retooling. They're going to be very dangerous, more dangerous than they were this year. So that's going to be crazy. But LSU retooling is fire. You know what I mean? Like they lost some really key players to the transfer portal, two starting wide receivers, but then they're bringing in two more wide receivers. Caden Salter made his decision today, and he's going to Colorado, which is interesting with Colorado landing what is he, the number one quarterback, or did Michigan? No, Michigan got the number one. I think they have the number two freshman coming in. So that's going to be Sue. I was interested in where Caden Salter was going because I was like, if anybody who's watched, he was at Liberty his last 2 years, and bruh, he's one of the highest ranked quarterbacks at Liberty.
Bro.
At Liberty. So I definitely wanted to see where he's going. So Prime got 2 fire quarterbacks coming in. I love the way Colorado is retooled also. I'm interested to see who's going to be the LSU quarterback because Nuss is a senior this year, right?
Yes.
So I'm interested to see who's going to be their signal caller because Salter was going to LSU. And when the 2 quarterbacks, 2 wide receivers decided to enter the portal, he changed his mind as far as where he's going, where he was going. So I don't know, man. I just feel like, and I get what you're saying, Dre. Let the kids get paid. I mean, that's cool.
Hey,
whatever.
Man.
I ain't saying the NIL part, I'm not mad at. I'm not saying don't get paid. What I am saying is if I'm committing this money to you, right? And I'm not talking about the schools that haven't paid these players. By all means, by that standpoint, go somewhere where they are going to give you your money, right? Just like what was it, the UNLV quarterback? I was fine with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was cool with that because they didn't, you know what I mean? They didn't uphold their end of the deal. So he's going somewhere where they will. Perfectly fine. But I do feel like if I commit to you this money and I'm paying you this money, I don't think the NIL needs to be on a year by year. It needs to be at least a 2, at least a 3. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
And then if you decide, hey, this is not the program for me, okay, let's talk about a buyout. Or, like a contract buyout, like in the NBA, because at this point now, or NFL, at this point now, you're a professional athlete. You're getting paid. You're not a student athlete anymore. You are now a professional athlete that is getting paid. I don't think, in my opinion, this is professional. To watch, this year has probably been the worst so far, where you have some teams that are just going from the top, like Miami. Miami's one of them. I'm not just saying it because I'm a Miami fan. I'm just using them as an example. But like, you're not just what you're losing as a senior, but you're losing some key players also. And you're probably going to go from the top and you're going to drop. Yeah. LSU. Who else are we seeing that's losing a lot of Alabama? Bama is the biggest one.
Let me tell you, it was crazy because
Bama's going to be ass next year.
Their top DB entered the portal, and I think like 2 days later, said
he decided to stay. But that's him. But they lost.
Ryan Williams is so in the portal.
So much. Hey, that right there, you're losing your true freshman. I think, to me, oh yeah, a lot of people about to go to UNC. Oh, a lot. So much. And that's dope. Hey, I like that because UNC is going to be a powerhouse. And I like it. I hate it, but I like it.
The thing that let me know how well Belichick was going to do.
They talking about Ewers and Manning potentially leaving Tennessee.
When they said that he adapted
Texas,
his organizational booklet to fit college,
man,
the NIL and the recruiting, I was like, oh no, he ready. He ready for that job. So I don't know, man. I think it's gonna be really exciting to look at moving forward how all of this is gonna look. But one thing that I do know, I'm not counting out Hoodie.
Oh no, I'm never counting out Hoodie. Hoodie in college now? Hoodie in college now?
I would never count out Hoodie.
And if he's able to flip Ewers or Manning, Ewers is probably going to be the first move.
It's going to be Ewers. It's going to be Ewers.
I don't think Ewers is going to go in the draft. I think he is going to stay. He's going to garner the most,
pretty much on the way out, because he's gotten big bag offers.
And even Manning's going to do 1 year, 1 full year at Texas. I don't think he's going to stay 2. I think he's going to do 1.
Arch gonna stay there. Trust me.
He gonna do one. He gonna do next year.
Trust me.
Because he'll be a junior next year.
He gonna stay there.
His senior year, he's
And then
leaving.
he can leave. He could leave after his junior year and go to the draft.
He could, but he's gonna. It depends on how he does next year. I'll say that his draft stock is gonna depend on that.
Man, let me tell you something. Quinn Ewers is gone.
Hey, Sloan, post with
On
Sloan,
the
just
thing.
put what he just said, because at this point, if we're talking professionals, you're a professional
Wait,
now.
no, but see, this is why schools can't do it, is because the direct schools aren't paying the players.
It is coming from the booster program.
Remember, it's coming from the boosters and NIL collectors and stuff.
Yeah,
That's why the
and it's coming from like
themselves,
because a lot of people's NIL is coming from like when I'm looking at some of these college girls and stuff, it's coming from like the Nikes, the Mercedes, stuff like that. So
goddamn dog over there going. I don't know what the hell wrong with this nigga, man. He getting his second win. He need to go his ass to bed. He used to be asleep by now. He over there acting a goddamn fool. Yeah, but it's the way things are structured and stuff, and it's not coming directly from the schools.
okay, Jordan, you're wrong. I can say it now. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. They are professionals at the point that they started getting paid legally. Because as we know, players have been getting paid under the table. They are now professionals. They are pros now. That was the whole thing about college sports before, was you were not a pro because you were not getting paid. Now that you're getting paid, you are a pro athlete. You are no longer, you're still a student athlete, of course, because you are a student, but you are a professional student athlete now.
Hey, this is one of them ones where I have that whole like side topic set up for a whole pod.
Yeah,
Just
we go.
focus
This is
on
one.
this shit.
This is one.
And I think we need to have this one. This one needs to be like the first one out the gate whenever we try to do it. Because it's going to be a back and forth, a debate, and it's going to keep growing and evolving the more NIL and this basic college free agency grows and evolves. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, like I don't see an end to it no time soon. I don't really care, and I'm not really worried about it, to be honest with you. Also, simply because I feel like these young men and young women have earned this right, and not only have they earned this right, but the ones before them have paved the pathway for them to get this right. And so I feel like
Hey,
it should be that way.
Brown envelopes after games were awesome.
Hey, look, and it shouldn't even have to be like that. It should just be these kids. It should just be getting what they get because
it should have always been like that.
It should have always been like that.
And I'm glad they're getting paid now. Like I said, the NIL part isn't what I'm mad about. Definitely get your money. It's the transfer portal. The transfer portal is getting, this year alone show it's really getting nasty, and I think next year is going to be worse. I am interested to see what Ewers is going to do now, and if the money is right, hey, Archie might leave. I'm telling you, with the money that they're talking, some of these schools are throwing the 7-8 million.
Mm-hmm.
He might. Hey, it's worth it because if Texas can't match it, and it comes down to it, we know how Archie Senior is. We know how Granddaddy is. Hey, at the end of the day, they come for money, but it's about money. It's continue making money. That's how you keep making it.
Put it to you like this: he ain't hurting for nothing. None of them are. And the thing is, that kid, he likes it over there.
Oh yeah, he does right now.
Offense and everything is conducive to him.
Right now,
good.
He likes it right now.
Who gonna come in there and challenge him for that starting job over there?
It's not about that. I'm telling you, it's not the I come from money. It's not that my parents have money. It's now it's about me now. It's about me making my money. He's gonna get his NFL money, don't get me wrong, But the way NIL is right now, and like I said, they're talking viewers. They're talking about what 7? I think the last thing I seen was like 7 million was on the table from certain schools.
Bro,
Archie is gonna get more than that.
That boy ain't going nowhere. Trust me.
We'll see. It's gonna be interesting.
I'll put my house on. Boy ain't going nowhere.
I do want to move to Texas.
Boy ain't going nowhere, bro.
I do want to move to Texas.
Trust me, boy ain't.
We can trade. Look, we can trade.
Well,
you want to downsize anyway?
Thank you. Thank you.
I want to come to Texas. Come on to Virginia for a little while. Trade. Look.
Hey man,
you still get 3 bedrooms like you got. Just little smaller scale, not as much yard you got to cut.
I got 4 bedrooms.
Oh, you got 4? Oh, I can't help you with that one. I mean, you'll lose one, but it's only 3 of y'all. You'll be fine. You'll be okay.
I ain't tripping. Look, that just means people can't come stay over at my house as much as they want to.
Exactly. Listen, I need the 4th one. You don't. We could just swap. It works, man. Just come to Virginia for a little while. It's nice out here, man. You ain't got no much grass to cut no more.
Look,
smaller yard. It works.
Nigga.
It works.
That all sounds great to me. Anyway, man, for Keyz, for Gel Blasters, for Inplay Dogs, for everybody in the chat, for all the sponsors, for everybody else on the network and all.
Shout out to y'all, man.
Y'all rocking 60. With us and everything. Episode
60 episodes, guys.
It's in the books. I promise y'all I'm gonna get the highlights and shit out much sooner this week. I be tired, I fall asleep and I forget, but I ain't got no excuse now because the laptop is perfectly running and the iPad is finally up and running. So I ain't got no excuse not to get this shit done now. So for Keyz, for myself, for everybody else, for the sponsors, network, holla at y'all next time. Later.